Today marks a very special day in your life. You've traveled a long path to get here. You've sworn a solemn oath to this country and now have all the rights of citizenship. With the privilege of citizenship, though, come great responsibilities. And so I ask that you use your freedoms and your talents to contribute to the good of our nation and the world. Always remember that in America, no dream is impossible. Like the millions of immigrants who have come before you, you have the opportunity to enrich this country. Contributions to civic society, business, culture, and your community. You can help write the next great chapter in our American story. And together, we can keep the beacon that is America burning bright for all the world to see. I'm proud to welcome you as a new citizen of this country. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.
Come see me become an American citizen. You know, I didn't really know how I'd feel until, I mean, obviously I felt good about it, but I didn't know if I was going to get emotional or not until it was actually happening. At the beginning, it's a little bit, you know, tedious a bit when you're sitting in the room and people are just talking about, you know, how it happened to them or welcoming you. There's a really long video about almost like, I think, every single area of New York that we would just watch, just until it started itself and it started to feel like it was actually happening in real, and all of a sudden you notice that all this hard work you put into getting to this point is you're here and it's actually happening. For me, it was such a long journey, like not the citizenship, but everything prior to it, that it was almost interesting to me to be like, you know, seeing the video of like, oh, this is what we have in New York. I'm like, I know, I've lived here for years. You know, so for me, I just feel like a lot of what they were showing is things that I already knew, but I can see how those things would be more important for people like the woman next to me who had only been here for 2 years and might not know those things yet. So, you know, but I did eventually, toward the end of it, feel emotional when it actually happened. And actually, Barack Obama has a little speech that they play, because I like him so much as a president too. It did, I felt emotional when he said it, and so eventually they did grab me, I think, and it was a good experience, and I'll remember it forever.
For purpose of evasion.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, you're now all citizens of the United States.
It really was probably the first time in my life I felt a sense of patriotism. Just watching everybody become an American citizen felt, I was very proud to have been born here and lived here my whole life. And at the end, when everybody was gathering their stuff and leaving, I saw two women just sobbing because it probably took them years to get to this point. It really, at that point, I understood what it meant and how important it was.
Beginning of the ceremony, there is, they do call out all the countries, and then they, you know, alphabetically, and the people who are from that country stand up, and everybody else claps for them. You know, they say Argentina, and then they Brazil, and if you're from there, you stand up. And at the end, everybody swears in together, and it's definitely, I think, good that they invite everybody, and they mention what the countries are, because then you feel like it's this global thing of everyone coming together.
Brazil, Canada, People's Republic of China, please remain standing as you're standing. Colombia, Cyprus, Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Eritrea, France, Ghana, Guatemala, please remain standing. Guyana, Haiti, Honduras, Hong Kong, India, Iran, Israel, Jamaica. A louder round of applause. Korea, Haiti, Latvia, Liberia, Malaysia, Mauritania, Mexico, Montserrat, Morocco, Nigeria.
It was in the I think it's the financial district, but it was in the federal building.
Somewhere down there.
Yeah, I mean, I know the exact address in my head, but It was in the
Near
federal
City Hall
immigration
somewhere.
federal building.
Yeah. Well, I think there are a lot of jobs that are had here that are not as available in other countries. I don't know personally because I have only lived here my whole life, so it's a little difficult for me to say why people come here, because I love it because this is where I'm born.
Well, there's an oral test that you do, which is like half oral, half written, but it's 100 questions you have to pretty much memorize about history or geographical things about the United States, and about the state that you happen to be living in. So basically, I memorized those 100 questions, which most of I knew because I've been here for so long. But he asks you 6 questions. If you get 3 correct in the oral, then that's it. He doesn't ask you the other 3. And then he asks you 3 for you to write down the answer. And if you get 3 correct, then you pass it. He also just says a sentence. I think my sentence was, the president lives in the White House, and I just had to write that down. And if I wrote it grammatically correctly, then I passed it. So it was just basically that. And then there are just booklets and information of things that you have to do, but that's basically it. I mean, there's like a fingerprint process that you have to do, but as far as memorization, that's it. 19 years. You know, I do love the United States, and I do love Walt Disney. I love that park. My family actually lives in Orlando. I do think, though, I mean, I wasn't there. I guess I'd have to be there myself to see. I do think it was better to be separated. You know, I went into a federal building, and it was a federal room, and everything was just USA, nothing else, and involved. And I mean, I'm sure that was amazing for them too. It's a little interesting to me if Mickey Mouse is at my oath ceremony. You know, I just feel like it seems more like a party as opposed to like more of a serious thing. But they all seem to be having a good time, and I don't know. Yeah.
Do you guys plan on voting?
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I'll gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today.